Hello, dear friends. Welcome back to Theology Talks, where today we embark on an exciting adventure into the mystical world of Maya religion. This captivating realm is filled with profound beliefs, sacred rituals, and intriguing deities that have fascinated scholars and enthusiasts alike. Together, we'll uncover how the Maya perceived a divine essence in every aspect of their world, from the majestic Ceiba trees reaching towards the heavens to the tiniest living creatures. The Maya religion is rooted in the belief that almost everything in the world embodies kaya, or sacredness. Both kaya and kihul are terms the Maya use to describe the spiritual essence that exists in all things, living and non-living, reflecting the divine force of existence itself. This belief underpins the creation and sacred nature of humans, the earth, and all things holy, as expressed in Maya creation myths. The Maya creation myth. Before diving into the creation myths, it's helpful to understand the two primary sources where these stories are found: the Popol Vuh and the Books of Chilam Balam. The Popol Vuh from the highland Maya of present-day Guatemala contains myths, human creation stories, prophecies, and historical narratives. The Books of Chilam Balam, associated with the lowland Maya of Mexico's Yucatan region, were written during the Spanish colonial period, around the 1500s, and reflect Spanish influences. Named after their regions, like Chumel, Tizamin, Mani, and others, they were authored by a priest, Chilam Balam, which translates as jaguar priest. For the Maya, the earth's creation was a deed by Huracán, the god of wind and sky. Initially, the sky and earth were joined, leaving no space for life. To create room, the gods planted a Ceiba tree. Its roots stretched into the underworld, while its branches reached into the heavens. The tree's growth cleared space for animals, plants, and eventually humans. According to Maya belief, animals and plants existed before people, but since they couldn't honor the gods, humans were created to fulfill this role. The many epics of the Maya texts describe 3 cycles of creation, 2 of which have ended with the destruction of their beings. These epics are detailed in the Popol Vuh of the Highland Maya, although some versions are influenced by Christianity. Here's an outline of these creations. Built from mud. In the first creation, people were formed from mud. These beings could speak but lacked minds and were immobile. Dissatisfied, the gods destroyed them with water. Built from wood. For the second creation, men were made from wood and women from reeds. Though more functional, these people had no souls and didn't honor the gods. Immortal, they would rise after 3 days if they died. A flood of boiling water destroyed them, and those who survived may have become today's monkeys. Built from maize. In the third creation, humans were formed from white and yellow maize dough mixed with the gods' blood. The first humans were 4 men and 4 women, whose wisdom made the gods wary. To prevent them from being too powerful, Heart of Heaven clouded their sight and minds. Various Maya groups hold diverse creation myths, but a central belief is that time and human creation are cyclical. This idea suggests that humanity's end is not the end of the world, but rather the close of one era and the start of a new epic of the gods. The gods destroyed the various types of humans they created because these beings either couldn't or wouldn't honor their creators. Worship was essential to the gods, who couldn't accept creations that lacked reverence or the ability to sustain them. Major Maya gods and goddesses. Maya gods are often fluid in nature, with diverse personalities that sometimes overlap. It can be challenging to tell them apart, but understanding that Maya deities are interconnected helps. Some gods even merge traits with others, displaying both complementary and contradictory qualities. This fluidity applies to Maya beliefs and makes distinguishing individual deities complex. Additionally, many Maya gods appear as human-animal hybrids, associated with different directions, and their significance can shift over time. Scholars often label some gods with Latin letters for clarity. Itzam na and 9 Chebel yaks. Itzam na, the god of creation, is portrayed as an elderly figure with a long nose or occasionally as an iguana. His partner, 9 Chebel yaks, also appears as an iguana. Both deities are high-ranking in the Maya pantheon, but details about them are limited. Itzam na's name, like many Maya names, can vary in spelling. Huracán. Another major god, is known as the heart of heaven, sky, or earth. The Popol Vuh describes him as a giver of life and a central creator, though his exact role remains ambiguous. Linked with the Quiche Maya of Guatemala, Huracán is credited with shaping the earth and making humans. He created humans from maize dough and holds power over fire, storms, and wind. Ajaw. Ajaw, or sun-faced lord, also called Ajaw, rises each day in the east and ages as the sun sets. At night, he transforms into a jaguar, guiding warriors in the underworld. This fierce sun deity provides both life-giving sunlight and, at times, drought-causing heat, which makes him both revered and feared. Hunhunapu. The maize god, Hunhunapu, or god E, symbolizes life and fertility and is essential in Maya belief. The lowland Yucatec Maya regard him as humanity's creator, given that his maize and blood allowed human life. He appears as a youthful figure with long hair. Chuck, the rain god or god bee, is part human, part reptile, often shown wielding a lightning bolt, serpent, or axe. Painted blue with snake-like whiskers, Chuck resides in caves, creating lightning and thunder. Though feared, he is also respected, as he brings both rain and storm. However, his demands for blood sacrifices as payment for rain made him a formidable deity. Kawil. Known as God K, Kawil protects the royal line and commands lightning. He often appears with a smoking torch or axe and features a serpent foot and an upturned snout. He's credited with discovering cocoa and maize after striking a mountain with lightning. Kizim. Kizim, or God A, is grimly nicknamed the Flatulent One. Despite the humorous name, Kizim is the frightening god of death and decay. Often shown as a decomposing skeleton or zombie, he's sometimes accompanied by an owl, a creature seen in Maya culture as a messenger from the underworld. Nenchel. Ninechel, or God O, is the goddess of rainbows, but unlike in Western cultures, rainbows are seen as ill omens by the Maya, symbolizing demonic flatulence and bringing disease. As a fanged, clawed crone, Ninechel has a darker side, though she also represents fertility and childbirth, taking on a youthful, nurturing form in these roles. The Hero Twins. The tale of the Hero Twins tells of two brothers, Spelank and Hunapu, and their journey through the underworld, as recounted in the Popol Vuh. The story begins with their conception by the god Hunhunapu, who, along with his brother, was lured into the underworld and sacrificed. Yet, as an immortal, Hunhunapu's decapitated head transformed into a fruit on a tree, spitting into the hand of the goddess Exquic, who later gave birth to the Hero Twins. The twins faced many trials, but the most legendary is their venture through Xibalba, pronounced Xibalba, the Maya underworld. Their noisy ballgame above disturbed the lords of Xibalba, who challenged the twins repeatedly. But through cleverness, the twins outsmarted the lords and eventually escaped the underworld by disguising themselves, entertaining the gods, and performing a resurrection trick. Impressed, the lords requested the twins to sacrifice and revive them, but the twins left them dead, turning the underworld into a realm for the wretched. The Hero Twins and the lords now appear in the night sky as stars, symbolizing the path that kings followed to the heavens after death. While there are many Maya celestial beings, these gods are among the most recognized, each with unique attributes that embody the connective spirit of Maya religion: heaven, hell, and the cardinal directions. In Maya belief, the supernatural realms differ from modern views of heaven and hell, dividing instead into the upper world, middle world, and underworld. The upper world consists of 13 levels, the middle world is 1 level, and the underworld has 9 levels. The Ceiba tree is a sacred symbol, believed to grow through all 3 realms, linking them from top to bottom. Maya deities are also tied to the cardinal directions. Unlike the 4 directions we recognize, the Maya saw 5, including the center. The east held particular significance, as it symbolized birth and was where the sun rose each day. This reverence for directions influenced daily life, with homes reflecting the cardinal layout and Ceiba tree symbolism, often placing hearths at the center to represent the Ceiba tree's central place in the Maya cosmos. Maya rituals. The Maya engaged in various rituals, many of which didn't involve human sacrifice. though such sacrifices were sometimes part of significant ceremonies. Contrary to popular belief, human sacrifice wasn't common, with bloodletting being a much more prevalent form of ritual sacrifice. Bloodletting, the act of ritual blood sacrifice, was largely performed by the Maya royal line. The gods demanded blood, recalling their own sacrifice in creating humanity. Royals would prepare with days of purification, using specialized tools to draw blood, often from the most painful body parts, such as tongues and even the penis for men. Tools for bloodletting were crafted from stingray spines and marked with glyphs, symbolizing their sacred use. Events like births, ascensions, and anniversaries were often marked by these bloodletting ceremonies. Human sacrifice. While Maya wars weren't primarily religious, shamans and priests often helped strategize, and religious elements were woven into warfare, including capturing prisoners for sacrifice. Sacrifices appeased the gods and were thought to ensure victory. On special occasions, such as the crowning of a new ruler, a captured elite or royal from an enemy state might be sacrificed. The Maya saved the most prominent captives for ceremonial events that echoed myths from the Popol Vuh. Sacrifices in Maya culture took various forms, with three main methods being the most common. The first was decapitation, followed by the well-known ritual of removing the heart from a living person. The third, most popular, method involved casting a living person into a cenote, or natural well, as an offering to the gods. Other offerings and rituals. Though sacrifice is the most recognized Maya ritual, they also performed other, less violent offerings. While some of these may seem unusual to Western perspectives, they served as meaningful ways for the Maya to connect with and please their gods. One surprising and lesser-known ritual involved lowering children into cenotes. These children were placed in the wells to speak with the gods, and after a few hours, they were retrieved so that the messages from the gods could be heard. Additionally, the Maya offered valuable items like jade, gold, masks, shells, carved bones, and sacred tools as tributes. Marriage was another significant ritual. Marriages, usually arranged within the same social class, were celebrated events. The age for marriage varied, often influenced by population needs, with younger ages favored during times of population decline. Some couples were matched as infants. Priests conducted marriage ceremonies at the bride's home, burning incense to bring good fortune, followed by a feast or celebration. Divorce was acceptable if the marriage didn't work, though no specific ritual for divorce existed. Dance was another important yet overlooked ritual, used to communicate with the gods. Dancers wore elaborate costumes representing the gods, often adorned with staffs, spears, rattles, scepters, and even live snakes. The Maya believed that by dressing and acting as a deity, they would be possessed by the god's spirit, allowing them to communicate with the divine. The ancient Maya maintained a richly complex religion. Their multifaceted deities and rituals have even endured into modern Maya culture, though they are now often blended with other beliefs. Concepts of creation, sacrifice, sacredness, and diversity remain central to understanding Maya spirituality.